into a new season in the recent gameplay patches, especially when it comes to fading, rhythm shooting, and things like that. Today I'm going to end up showing you the best jump shots and some of the best bases you can use, no matter if you're on a 5'9" or even 7'4". But recently I've been going crazy, especially with my Mint Thompson build. I've been shooting lights out, and this build only has a 76 3-pointer. And with the way I've been shooting, you would have thought I had a 90+ 3-point rating. With today's video is going to be a variety of jump shots and bases. They're going to be in so many different game modes, from being the casual aspect to all the way to being in ranked Hall of Fame game modes as a pro-am. Now for the first thing we're gonna get through is the dribble pull-ups. With season 2 being here, they added Kevin Durant dribble pull-up, and y'all know how I feel about Kevin Durant dribble pull-up. For a second I thought they made it a starter 4 reward, but they end up adding it to the season with some other animations. But you got Pro 2 dribble pull-up, so if you're someone that's under 6'10", you can get this. It doesn't require you to have any rating. You have to use this Pro 2. Pro 2 is maybe my favorite dribble pull-up in the game. Now if you're on those bigger builds and you want to try something different, try Bam Adebayo, especially if you're on a 6'10", you got a decent rating like an 81 midi, you can use Bam Adebayo. But if you're on bigger builds and you like, you know what I'm saying, fading, you can use the Devin Booker. The Devin Booker fade is cool more for the mid-range aspect, but for threes, it's okay, but I would prefer to use Kobe Bryant if I was going to do that. If you want to try to fade from the 3 or you want to try to get to the midi more, I would definitely use Kobe Bryant over Devin Booker. Now if you're on those 6'10" to 7-footers, you might want to end up trying out normal 2. Normal 2 is cool, but if you got an 87 mid-range, go for Kevin Durant, or you got an 81 mid-range, go for Bam Adebayo, so you can be able to use those animations. But as of me using these small guard builds lately, I'm gonna end up giving you some of the best small guard bases that you can use on your build, no matter the rating. Now as we're going to bring out the new season jump shot base, we have Devin Booker. If you remember Devin Booker from 2K25, it was actually a nice jump shot base to use, but you also can use it on bigger builds like 6'6" and 6'7". Then we got Allen Iverson. All you need is an 83 mid-range or 3-pointer. Y'all know Allen Iverson's base is very similar to T-Mac or Jared Culver. Then we got Stephen Curry, one of the fastest jump shots in the game that's hard to contest. Then we got Quentin Grimes that almost everybody has transitioned to use. Quentin Grimes' jump shot is like similar to like a LaMarcus Aldridge jump shot back then in the older 2Ks. Then we got Kyrie Irving. You know Kyrie Irving base is very nice, and especially if you make a custom Kyrie jump shot, it's going to be a smooth jumper. As long as you find the right releases, you'll be a-okay. Then we got Cam Thomas. Now Cam Thomas this year, it has made a big change. It's not how it was in NBA 2K25, but it still can get the job done, but I would say it's better bases. They brought John Wall back into the game, which you only need to have an 81 mid-range or 81 3-pointer. Then we got JJ Redick. Now JJ Redick is very similar to how Kyle Korver is, or somewhat similar to the Ray Allen, but it's very nice. But you got some options when it comes to these small guards. Zach LaVine is one of those ones that a lot of people sleep on if you got a lower rating. Then we got Kyle Lowry. If you under that low rating, 80 mid-range, 80 3-pointer, try Kyle Lowry as well, or even Derrick Rose. It's jump shot bases that a lot of people that sleep on that actually will help them become better shooters, especially with those low ratings. Now for the first jump shot, y'all have been asking me what's my jump shot I've been using. Hey, for my small guards, this is the Allen Iverson, Baluba, Stephen Curry 40-60 blend, 3-4 speed, or you can go max speed. You can do either or. You can do 3-4 speed or max speed with this jump shot. All you gotta do is mess around with the actual like visual cue. The visual cue will be slightly past push, or you can go halfway push and release. For the next jump shot, I've been actually testing it out. It's Quentin Grimes, and then you have TJ McConnell, Baluba, max speed, 50-50. Now you can go exactly how I have it, it's somewhat right before release, or you can put it on release if you want to end up timing it is. Quentin Grimes' base is a fast base, and you feel like it's too fast for you, you could drop the speed to 3-4 speed, and it will still be an A+ release speed if you want to end up doing that. It just takes some time, it takes a few notches if you end up getting it right, especially if it's your preference. Then we got the Zach LaVine. Now this jump shot right here, you can use this jump shot for small guards and big guards. The reason why I'm showing you on this Kobe Bryant build, which requires you to only have an 86 mid-range or 3-pointer to even use this jump shot, which is not that high and very obtainable, especially for a small guard. Now in the next jump, we got another Quentin Grimes base, as it's Quentin Grimes, the Dejounte Murray, and Colin Sexton. This is max speed on release, 65-35 blend. Now this one is very similar to the first one, but one thing about it is that secondary of Colin Sexton. Colin Sexton is like his maybe the best secondary release that you can use so far. Then we got Cam Thomas, Baluba, and Kyrie Irving, max speed, slightly past push, almost between push and release, 65-35 as well. Now this is one of those ones, if you want to end up trying to go back to Cam Thomas, the thing about Cam Thomas, he does push his shot a little bit forward this year compared to last year. Then for the next jump shot, we got the Kyrie Irving, which you would have to have a 91 mid-range or 3-point rating to even use this. Then you got Baluba and Stephen Curry, which is a 35-65 blend, or you can end up going 40-60 blend, max speed, in between push and release at a halfway mark. Now, it's gonna take some time in the area when it comes to getting your visual cue right that a lot of people don't understand. Visual cue is different for everybody else, especially when it comes to monitors, internet, input delay, and also when it comes to response time. And with one of the new bases that's added to the season, we got Devin Booker, Baluba, and Luka Doncic, max speed, 40-60 blend, and it's in between almost push and release, slightly more to the push end. And for somebody that's going to be ISOing, it's a good base to definitely use, especially if you want to try some different releases out. Now, with the new season come out, y'all know I like playing on my 6'7s, my 6'8s, my 6'9s, even my 6'6 build. But hey, for some of the best bases that just came out, Harrison Barnes base is one of those bases, if you're a spot up, you should definitely try out. Since they just added it for this season, definitely try it out. Like I always tell y'all, it doesn't hurt to try some of these bases, especially when the new ones come out in the season, because you might end up finding a new base that you really like compared to the one you using. Then we got Kyle Korver. Now, Kyle Korver was one of those ones I was sleeping on, but I had to really give it his props. But you do have to have a 90 mid-range or 3-pointer when it comes to being on these bigger builds, like 6'5 all the way to 6'9. Then we already know about Quentin Grimes, that you can get on point guard, or you can get on the bigger builds all the way to 6'9. Then you got the Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan has fell off the radar a little bit for me compared to other people, the same way with Carmelo Anthony, which these bases are good bases, but I feel like there's better bases that you can use than this, unless you're trying to get it at a certain rating that you're trying to unlock. Now, when it comes for AJ Lawson, this is the closest thing you're gonna get to like a Patty Mills for a 6'6, a 6'7, or 6'8 type of build, but it's not going to give you the same effect as a Patty Mills. Then we got Scottie Pippen. I told y'all about Scottie Pippen from NBA 2K24, and it's still working all the way to NBA 2K26. Do not sleep on Scottie Pippen base if you want something that's simple to use, and especially find some releases. Now, I can't pronounce his name, but when it comes to his base, this is one of those players that you find a random name and you be like, oh, I don't know who this is, and I don't know how to pronounce their name, but they actually have a clean base. But what his base is very similar to Josh Richardson. Now, those two jump shot bases right here, they are literally identical. They have a slight difference as of speed. It's literally a speed difference based on if you use Josh Richardson or you use the other base name. Now, if you like using JT Thor from NBA 2K24, Jacoby Walter is JT Thor. So if you want to end up using that JT Thor jump shot base, use Jacoby Walter. Now, if you want Kobe Bryant base is in the game if you hit starter 4, but if you want it early, you use Derek Whitehead, and all you need is an 80 mid-range or 3-pointer to unlock that base. Now, Jalen Williams base is in the game the same way it was last year. This base, a lot of people slept on. This base is actually nice, but I would say it's more for like the spot up end. Then we got Asar Thompson. Now, a lot of people was talking about Asar Thompson at the beginning of the year, and it's still actually decent. The only thing I have to worry about is the time stability. But if you're mostly like a lockdown and you're going to be in a corner, you shouldn't have to worry about it. But if you don't really want to use that, you still have the option to use Jalen Tyson. Jalen Tyson is still a great base to use, especially from all the way from 2K25. And I can't let Bogdanovich slip off the list. Now, this is one of those ones that's actually slept on, but a few people I put on, they actually like the base. Then we got Ray Allen. Now, Ray Allen became my favorite jump shot base to use on my taller builds, like the 6'6s all the way to the 6'9s. And I flip-flop between 2 or 3 actual bases when it comes to those type of builds. Now, we got J.R. Smith. J.R. Smith is a low rating, but it's very easy to time this jump shot. But I would mostly recommend it for the catch and shoot aspect as being like a popper or a lockdown if you want to end up going that route. Now, with us being on these bigger builds, for my 6'5 sharpshooter, my 6'6 point guard, my 6'8 dribble guard, or even the 6'9 poppers. Now, as of a base that a lot of people are using right now, that Quentin Grimes, as long as you got an 87 or 86 mid-range or 3-pointer, you can end up getting most of the good bases on this game. But as of Quentin Grimes, Baluba, Sadiq Bey, 74-29 blend on max speed, as this being a pro 2K league jump shot, this jump shot is very good. Like, when I say very good, it is actually crazy. But for my jump shot I've been using, I've been telling y'all want to use Derek Whitehead. It's not the fastest base, but it can get the job done. And y'all seen it multiple times. We got Derek Whitehead, we got Baluba, and we got David West. If you want to switch the secondary release, you can. As it being a 30-70 blend, max speed, and it's halfway between push and release. Only thing that's going to change is based on your height. If you're going to be on a 6'6, a 6'7, 6'8, that's the only time you want to change your visual cue, really. But when the next one, we got Scottie Pippen, Baluba, Kyle Korver, 3-4 speed, or you can go max speed if you feel like this jump shot is a little bit too slow for you. Now, for all the jump shots I'm showing you, I was able to get some shots off the dribble versus just only catch and shoot. Now, certain jump shots like Matt Ryan, to me, it's more of a better catch and shoot jump shot than off the dribble to me. That might just be me, but some people might be better with using Matt Ryan off the dribble, but hey, mostly on the catch and shoot, I'm better with using Matt Ryan off catch and shoot than using it off the dribble. It's just based on preference and it's based on the player that got the actual jump shot on. Then y'all been asking me, what jump shot have you been using on your 6'6s and all that? My Michael Jordan build. I've been using Ray Allen base, Devin Vassell, Quentin Grimes, max speed, 65-35 blend. You can put it on release if you want to, but I went halfway mark. I went push and release. I literally went push and release because it's been finally like my focal point when it comes to my visual timing. Then we got the Zach LaVine, Beluba, Luka Doncic, the same one I showed you for the small guards. You can get this same jump shot for a 6'4", all the way on a 6'6", on a 6'9". This is certain jump shot that you can get on multiple builds from all the way from 5'9" to a 6'9". And if you're someone that's out there with a low 3-point rating or a low mid-range rating, you want to be able to get a shot up, hey, we got Jacoby Walter, aka the JT Thor, Charles Batty, Andrew Nembhard, max speed, slightly past push. When I mean slightly, just slightly, maybe like a tick or two. 56-44 blend. This is a jump shot Jalen created and he's been using on his lockdown, even on his 6'6 guard, and he's been having a lot of fun with it. But now I think he ended up going over to the Kyle Korver jump shot base. Now this base right here, like I told you, I can't pronounce his name, but as a release, we got Derek Whitehead and then we got Beluba. 30-70 blend, max speed, a few ticks under the release mark, and you're right there. Now this is the same jump shot, but the only thing that changed was the base. We put Josh Richardson. The only thing that changed is the base of this jump shot, and the main thing that you're going to see the difference is the jump shot speed. This one's an A, the other one was an A+. While both of these jump shots having an A+ defensive immunity and a decent time of stability of a C, you can be able to knock down with this jump shot, catch and shoot, off the dribble. It's all based on the player that's controlling the jump shot, really. But now for my big builds, like the 6'10s all the way to 7'4s, these are the best bases you can use in NBA 2K26 for these type of builds. We already talked about Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant base in this game, it's actually nice. I'm seeing a lot of people rock the Kevin Durant base this year, but y'all know the #1 base, especially for the big builds, Jonathan Isaac. It's something about this Jonathan Isaac base. Even when they put a hitch in our jump shot, we still was able to hit, but it's just this base is one of the best bases you can use. And only needed a 56 mid-range or 3-pointer to unlock. But this one right here, MPJ base. Now MPJ base is maybe the fastest base you can maybe use that's actually consistent, which is only at an 83 mid-range and 3-pointer. The same thing would end up trying out like a Trey Lyles base was a 76. So if you don't really got a high 3-pointer or you don't got a high mid-range, at least have a 78 3-pointer on your build. A 78 3-pointer or a 78 mid-range will help you unlock up most of these animations. Like Jabari Smith Jr. was a 79. You got David West would get a little bit to the in-between mark of the 80 to 81 mid-range or 3-point rating. It's a lot of great bases you can use, especially this year, but it's all based on preference. And the main ones that get used the most, like I've been using Jonathan Isaac. I'm not gonna lie to you. In the jump shot, I've been using the Jonathan Isaac, Beluba, Franz Wagner, 65-35 blend. Now, some people might say the jump shot feels a little bit slow. This jump shot now, I can literally no dip like it's no other. Like you literally can no dip no other, but same thing with MPJ, Beluba, Charles Bassey, 55-45, slightly past push on max speed. You can't go wrong. It's so many different ways you can finesse the MPJ jump shot. It's ridiculous. Then we got the Jonathan Isaac, Beluba, Jaren Jackson. Now this is a actual smooth jump shot. Now if you want to put it on release, you can put it on release. This is my sweet spot when I come to use the time in this jump shot, as it is 70-30 blend. If you want to use release, put it on release. If you feel like it's a little bit too fast or too slow, end up messing with the release speed. That's the best thing I can tell you. Then we got Kevin Durant, LaMarcus Aldridge, Dirk Nowitzki. A lot of people have been putting me hip to this jump shot. All you need is the 87 mid-range to unlock it. You get an A for your release speed, you get an A- for defensive immunity, and you get an A for time and stability. And it's actually a decent high arcing jump shot, because having Dirk Nowitzki in your jump shot definitely helps the arc, especially having a LaMarcus. You can literally make your jump shot height way better just off of LaMarcus and Dirk Nowitzki in your jump shot, in one of those components of your jump shot. Now when it comes to the next one, we got MPJ, Beluba, Larry Bird. Now, I was very skeptical about this because Beluba is a great release, but I never thought about putting Larry Bird in my jump shot. Last time I used Larry Bird in my jump shot was maybe like 2K18, 2K19, something like those, in the older 2Ks and making jump shots. But putting Larry Bird in a jump shot, hey, it might be it, because he got an A+ defensive immunity, bro. Last but not least for the jump shots, we have Jonathan Isaac, Beluba, and Charles Bassey. I know y'all maybe noticed a lot of people add Charles Bassey as their secondary release, and there's a reason by it. Charles Bassey as a secondary release, it's just got an easy flick, it's just got an easy looking when it comes to your jump shot. But this jump shot is max speed and it's halfway between push and release, 60-40 blend. Now look, when it comes to catch and shoot, nice, I like it. Catch and shoot is nice. Off the dribble is kind of hit or miss for me a little bit, but for you, it might end up being money. But out of all the jump shot bases I showed you, the custom jump shots I showed you, even when it comes to builds that have low 3-point ratings to high 3-point ratings, let me know which one end up working for you. Let me know which one you like. Hey man, make sure y'all boys drop a like on this video. Make sure y'all subscribe if y'all haven't yet. And if you got any jump shots that you want me to try out, drop them down in the comment section. I'll try out some of y'all jump shots. You never know, it might be in the next jump shot video.